My name is James Phinney, and I'm the creative director at the studio. Gigantic is a PvP action game. It's got shooter influences, action RPG influences, brawler, MOBA, fighting game. Most of all, it controls like a third-person shooter, but has a lot of strategic elements too. It's PC, online, free-to-play. We're just starting alpha now, so we've got a little ways to go, but we think the game's pretty distinctive in terms of how it plays and how it looks.
Very cool. So when did Gigantic start? How did it begin?
A little more than a year ago. You know, as with anything, it's a bunch of people who've been making games for a while and got excited about an idea, decided to try to make it.
So what's the journey been like from concept to creation?
It's been a lot of fun. You know, it's not always the case that a team just gets to focus on making the game. A lot of times there are business considerations or other things that sort of get in the way, but so far so good on this one. It's just about trying to make something that we think is cool.
When can we expect Gigantic?
When it's done, you know, as with any game like this, it's important not to get ahead of yourself. It's really, you have to be honest with yourself about where you're at and getting player feedback about things. So we're in alpha, we're just gradually ramping up alpha, and then we'll go into closed beta, and we'll go into open beta, and then we'll look at getting released. The intention is for the game to work as a serious competitive game. I mean, we try to make a game that's very accessible and everybody can kind of just jump in and have fun. But because we want to make a serious competitive game, it's important to give ourselves time to get real feedback from the community. You know, you're always going to have players who understand the nuances of the game in subtle ways that the developers didn't anticipate, and so you have to give yourself time to make corrections based on that.
I know you guys have a couple test players, right, that are playing alpha right now. What's the feedback been like from them?
It's been really good so far, which is a mixed bag. You know, we try to get them to give us their critiques more than tell us things that they like. And actually, they've been really good in terms of feedback and suggestions about things.
Very cool. And steering away from questions about development and all of that, I just want to know what your favorite character to play is in the game, right as far, and also a breakdown of the classes.
Yeah. You know, it really varies from day to day, depending on kind of what mood I'm in. One of the things we've tried to do with the characters is they don't map to really traditional kind of classes for RPG combat. Even though there are, you know, like this character's more a support character and this character is kind of more tanky, things like that. But we really designed the characters based on playstyle. The goal was to take character design principles from a whole different range of kinds of games, put them into a game together. So you've got a character that's just a straight up sniper trying to hit people, you know, aim for the head. And then you've got characters that are, you know, more sort of RPG stealth or spellcasting, ones that use more fighting games, ones that are more sort of run and gun. And so for me, what I want to play kind of depends on my mood in a given day. You know, do I want to just go in and sort of act like it's a shooter, or do I want to try to outsmart people more? Do I want to play more support, or do I want to just mix it up? So yeah, I don't know, every week it changes.
So that's a great way to get all kinds of different players involved, people that are used to playing, you know, first-person shooters, and people who are used to playing MOBAs. Like if I want to be a spellcaster, I can be a spellcaster or a healer, and I can feel like I'm in the games that I love, but in Gigantic.
Yeah, that was exactly the goal. You know, one of the things that's always heartbreaking when you make a game is there's going to be some subset of your friends or family, or, you know, usually your parents, whatever, who can't really enjoy the game that you made. And so trying to make something that could bring in players from a range of games was something we wanted to try out, and we were really encouraged at how well it was working, and so we've really kind of latched onto that as one of the key things we're doing in the game.